as a Canadian or A to Z for a couple of minutes. I asked people to describe Thornbury with a lettering outfit. So these are all the answers that I got. Thornbury, S for social. That was my answer to like everything, and then all sorts of places being very social. I for inspiring, U for unplugged, S for spry, so like you jumping up to the stage yesterday. K for knowledgeable, A for affectionate, and our Thomas chair said T for pen. Anyway, today's plenary speaker, Thornbury.
T for the thank you, Alison. G for good morning, everybody. I'm not quite how we're going to sit in this house. It's great to see you all here. It's great to be back. As I said yesterday, I've lost count of the number of times I've attended Korea TESOL, and it's always an invitation I really accept. It's great to be back in this country, to sit in this great audience, and so many friends in the room. And I'm also very pleased that the topic of this particular iteration of the conference is on fluency. It's a topic that is dear to my heart, and I think it's one that indicates us all on a daily basis as a law teaching at whatever level and whatever age group. And so what I want to do today is I know that you've been attending lots of sessions and panels, etc. on the topic of fluency at the endlessly marvel, but that's good, because there's no one answer to what fluency is. But what I'm going to do is start with a little bit of an experiment and get really from my head of it. I'm going to show you a couple of very short clips of two speakers doing I think, an unrehearsed speaking, not a task, because it wasn't set out of the classroom program. And all I want you to do is rate these two speakers in terms of their fluency on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, 10 being the top. Yeah? Can you do that? So you'll hear each speaker, and you'll see them, and then we'll replay them with the text. Yeah? So first impression, and then you'll get a chance to refine your judgment. So all you have to do is rate each one on a scale of 1 to 10. Are you ready? Okay, let's do this work.
So this is another diary, weekly diary, because it's another week already. What's new? For me, there are some news. There's some news that my professor of Russian in university, she came back from, she was usually in the semester because she was, I don't know, she was in a hurry to come to university, and usually in Moscow, the street is really covered with ice, so it's really easy to get injured, to fall down. She got injured, unfortunately, in December, in the middle of December, so we get taught. We had to learn Russian very various teachers, professors in this university, and it was really hard for us because it was hard to concentrate because of the content. Study material was very, very different, different content. So we had some hard time to get adapted, but finally she came back, so it's great. We came back to the place where we were, and we can keep going. This is great.
Okay, that's number one. This is, as I meant to mention, is the Korean student study in Moscow. The second one is Chinese speaker of English. And let's get him.
Okay guys, I'm using this video to practice my English. And I hope I can find some Americans who is learning Chinese and can exchange the language with me. Okay. let's talk about a video. And just now I watched. It's It's an American who speaks Chinese, and it's really fun because just now I'm trying to find some people learning Chinese and who is an American. And I learned from that video. They all have problems in the pronunciation. Yes, and I think Chinese is not difficult. When we speak Chinese, it is not really difficult. It's just some pronunciation difficult. It is not much room when you speak Chinese, and there are also in many words. Okay, bye.
Okay, just have a quick compare with the person next to you, your first impression. I'll give you 2 seconds to do this. What can you rate each one out of 10? Yeah? Off you go. And then we'll look at them again.
There's some news today. My professor of Russian in university, she came back from, she was usually in the semester because she was in a hurry to come to university, and usually in Moscow the street is really covered with galleries, so it's really easy to get injured to fall down. She got injured, unfortunately, in December, in the middle of December, so we get tough. We had to run Russian with various teachers, professors in this university. It was really hard for us because it was hard to concentrate because of the content. Study material was very different level, different content. So we had some hard time to get adapted, but finally she came back, so it's great. We came back to the place where we were, and we can keep going. This is great.
Okay guys, I'm using this video to practice my English, and I hope I can find some Americans who is learning Chinese and can exchange the language with me. Okay, let's talk about a video. Just now I watched. It's an American who speaks Chinese, and it's really fun because just now I'm trying to find some people learning Chinese and who is an American. And I learned from that video. They all have problems in the pronunciation. Yes, and I think Chinese is not difficult. When we speak Chinese, it's not really difficult. It's just some pronunciation difficulty. There is not much rules when you speak Chinese, and there are also isn't many words. Okay, bye.
Okay, give you another minute, okay, just to refine your judgment, yeah? And then we'll get a show of hands. Connected speech, more context. I'm doing a whole range of stuff here, from grammar all the way to content to just source connection, anything else about pronunciation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you reckon between the two speakers, yeah. Okay, that's interesting actually, because this is the problem, I think, in terms of trying to set those, we've got such a range of factors that there's very little agreement, and of course we go, if you look at a lay definition of fluency, you'll see that it focuses very much on the fluid or flowing connectivity of the language. But if you look at the applied linguistics literature, you find, again, a variety of different definitions. I think one of the problems with fluency is that it was a term that was kind of co-opted during the beginning of the communicative approach to mean something more like coherence rather than, or communicative effectiveness rather than simply the fluidity, if you like. But this is, for example, this is a definition by just rather than one of thousands of the medium approach, it focuses very much on the native speaker-like language comprehension and reduction. So the communicative quality of fluency, which is fine, but it's very difficult to measure because it's a very subjective kind of thing, and a very context-specific kind of thing. People who are interested in researching or measuring quantitatively what fluency is tend to focus more on the fluidity, if you like, or the measurable, the production of language in real time without undue pausing and hesitation. If we look at those two speakers in terms of their speech rate, I actually calculated this, but I took out all the pauses, the hesitations, etc. And the first speaker spoke 183 words in 90 seconds, so that's eliminating etc. 183 real words, if you like, which is equivalent to about 122 words a minute. The second speaker spoke the equivalent of 87 words a minute, so there is a kind of marked difference that is actually measurable. Which raises the question, what would a very proficient speaker or a native speaker, how many words a minute would they speak? And the literature tends to suggest anywhere between 120 and 260 words per minute is the kind of the range, yeah? So what we have here, quite interestingly enough, is that the Korean speaker is just within that range. Even a native speaker who speaks fewer than 120 words a minute would be judged not very fluid. And that's also an interesting point here because how much of fluency is idiosyncratic? If you're fluent in your first language, are you likely to be fluent in the second language? Or reverse, if you're not really fluent in your first language, will this prejudice your fluency in the second language? The research suggests actually it does. People who hesitate a lot in their first language also hesitate a lot in their second language, vice versa. That seems to be, in a sense, a personality trait as much as anything else. So coming back to that, I want to make a distinction between kind of measurable fluency, if you like, or sometimes called productive fluency, and the perception of fluency that other people have and see whether if there's any correlation. The productive fluency we mentioned, speech rate is obviously an important factor, but probably more important, the actual what I call the length of runs. That's to say, how many words in a row before there's a pause or hesitation. Now, I'll come back to that point in a second. I'm having trouble with my length of the run at the moment, so I'll have to slow it all fluency. Very important too, because the number of pauses and related to that. Related to the length of the runs, the chunks, I'll come back to that, this is the formulaic language, which help in terms of the length of the run. And pauses, of course, can be disguised by filling them. We saw that with both of us, so you can use and etc. frequently. And effectively, in a sense, to fill the pauses, because they're a filled pause and an unfilled pause. What happens if you stop and you don't fill the pause? If you're in a conversation, what's going to happen? Somebody else has to fill it for you to take over the conversation. Yeah? So it's very important to use whatever means possible to fill the pauses. And although your peers slightly disfluent, it's not as bad and not the length of one, the learners do use pauses, just what they actually do because they use them in their first language. And both of us, and we'll see, here is the first speaker, and I kind of tried to highlight the pause there. It's actually, I discovered when I was putting the videos up that I'm using the Windows movie maker kind of thing. You can actually see where there are little pauses in terms of the little, so you can see the second speaker, which is the two, has many longer unfilled pauses than the first speaker, which in essence confirms your impression of that speaker's fluidity. And then, of course, we mentioned chunks, the formulaic language, and the formulaic language, this is the first speaker again, clearly gives the speaker an advantage because it means that instead of having to construct each sentence from the word up, they're able to kind of pull down off the shelf a prefabricated sequence which they can slot in and use with the same kind of processing load as an individual word. So again, it's difficult to get into the mind of this, but you have to listen to a corpus of this particular speaker to know which of these chunks are part of their repertoire. But I'm guessing that things like what's new, I don't know, is really easy to ... because they are really hard to ... These are kind of pre-assembled, prefabricated chunks which give, again, they increase the length of the run, they require, they give an island of stability while the learner is and the speaker is planning the next outburst. And they're very, very important in the development of fluency, as we'll see. I'm going to, and as Thornbury decided, who way back in the actually 80s identified formulaic language as being the solution to one of the puzzles of many of the like fluency, said there's knowledge of these conventional sequences that more than anything else that seems to lead to escape from the one cause at a time constraint. I did have another speaker here who was not fluent, I'm going to skip over because we're going to run out of time. But you can see that she, in terms of speech rate, only rate 46 words per minute, so clearly not in the league of the other two. But I want to make this distinction between what was measurable, this is what we call productive fluency, and what the perception of fluency is, and that's what I was trying to capture in a sense by giving you that task at the beginning. Now, there's also some reasons why the task is sort of unfair or unbalanced, because part of me, you don't know to what extent the assessment boards were rehearsed, and also it was non-interactive. But the work was being done onto assessing what people's initial perceptions of fluency are, identify a number of factors which weren't on our first list. And so these are some of the things that come up when non-specialists apply tastes like that, people speaking, what is it that they identify that is a factor of their assessment of fluency. And that's why I asked the question before about pronunciation, that didn't actually come up when I first elicited some of your responses. The accent does seem to have an effect, and a very strong marked native first language accent does seem to prejudice judgments of fluency. But the pragmatics are very important. We didn't have a chance to see that. Well, even the little things like the speaker's body language can impact on that, but the pragmatics, particularly their use of politeness markers, they are kind of target-like, their ability to interact in real time in a kind of context sensitive way would be part of the pragmatic. You mentioned some of the, I heard mention of a range of vocabulary that does seem to be a marker of effectiveness of fluency, and also the complexity, the syntactic complexity, to a certain extent. Idiomaticity is very important, and because this is the use not just idioms, but of a language which is native-like in its construction, that it conforms to maybe grammatically correct but not idiomatic. Throwing in a few idiomatic expressions can give the impression of, because I remember when I first arrived in Spain with the regular Spanish, I did pick up this expression that I've heard a couple of times, al fin y al cabo. And it's a kind of discourse mark that basically means to cut a long story short. And I was at a dinner party, this was about 6 months of my experiences in Spain. I was talking to the Spanish speaker and we had some conversations and it was going okay. But at the end I sort of apologized to her. I said, I'm sorry, I'm kind of a beginner here. She said, no, your Spanish is very good. I said, what? She said, yes, you use the expression al fin y al cabo. So for her, it's kind of like a marker, an iconic marker, it's idiomatic, yeah, and and that stood out. And I think this is why a lot of our learners sort of identify things like favourable verbs as being these idiomatic, these iconic markers of idiomaticity, because they sound just slightly more sophisticated and better than not. So that would be, and then of course, as I mentioned, non-verbal communication, body language, eye contact, these factors, and they have been, and I wish I could quote the reference here, but I'm sure I read about studies that done of a speaker who did the same task without using gesture, and then exactly the same text using gesture, and was rated higher when he or she gestured. I think, again, those of you who are preparing learners for IELTS speaking exams or whatever might bear in mind, it's not, don't get to use the syllable in their hands, but encourage them to reinforce their communicative effectiveness with non-verbal communication. And finally, interestingly, although we tend to contrast fluency and accuracy, and there's evidence of contrast in the literature, there does seem to be, and I was going to mention earlier, grammar, both the complexity of grammar, but also the accuracy of grammar, and the choice of vocabulary. So it does seem to come into the equation in terms of people's perception of fluency, such that, as I said before, the common distinction between accuracy and fluency perhaps might better be represented like this, where accuracy is a component of fluency rather than distinguished from it. As one writer said, judgments of fluency do embrace linguistic accuracy in some way. I'm not convinced by that entirely. I mean, I go back to the case study that was done by Richard Schmidt, lately passed away, his seminal study of the Japanese immigrants to the United States, West, that he did, I think, in the 1980s. And then one of the things about West was that he was communicatively very efficient, although he had limited linguistic competence. But over the time of the case study, which was something like 3 years, he showed that he increased his communicative effectiveness such that people rated him quite highly in terms of his fluency. So this is West, the transcription of West. I know I'm speaking funny English because I'm learning, I'm only to listen and talk, but people don't understand. Well, some people are confused, before okay, but now it's a bit difficult because in English I'm meeting at least one time. Sometimes it's difficult, you know what I mean. A good example to use for today. But you can see that in terms of the scale, in terms of accuracy, you probably wouldn't rate much higher than being one. But in terms of the perception that you get, fluency, he would rate much higher. In fact, everybody at the dictionary that interviewed about him said he gets a very good speaker. The only people who disagree were English teachers. Yes. And so, Schmidt asked the question, why do you think that this English is so good when he doesn't use prepositions out of the fluent test? I think it's because when people talk to him and listen to him, they don't notice that he doesn't use them. So in other words, accuracy is not a problem because he's able to compensate through using other means, all these other factors of perceptual fluency, apart from accuracy. So it's cases like these, and I think we all know people like this, that I think challenge the view that accuracy is necessary part of fluency, or that the level of accuracy has to be that high, that there are other factors that affect the perception of fluency, and maybe those are the ones, for those students particularly in a hurry, those are the ones we should be focusing on. So, again, and this quote confirms my suspicion that things such as accuracy of their importance can be subsumed under the fluency criteria of assessment. So this is just when we're asked to formally assess the fluency of speakers, we may disregard or at least not prioritise their grammatical accuracy. Okay. So, in an attempt to try to combine these two views of it, so the view of fluency as being sort of as being communicative effectiveness, but also the impression that you get in real time. This is my attempt to put the two kind of view fluency into one definition. Fluency is the ability to convey an impression, so it's kind of impressionistic, of idiomatic intelligibility in real time. There's no mention there, as I say, accuracy. Now the question then becomes how do we teach it? And traditionally, syllabuses tend to focus very much on accuracy at the beginning, like 100% accuracy, getting the system right. And then, as you move through the levels of proficiency, focusing on working on fluency, of activating that system in terms of becoming more fluent. And as Dr. Crash pointed out yesterday, this is perhaps somewhat discredited view now. It certainly doesn't relate to how we learn our first language, where we tend to express our meanings and focus on fluency rather than on accuracy initially. So a fluency first approach would reverse this and perhaps say, okay, maybe we should be focusing on fluency through tasks, scaffold activities, etc., and then fine-tuning for accuracy within the accuracy they acquired in any language as well as your first language. I'm not going to dwell on that point because we're time, but I want now to look at some practical approaches. Whatever the starting point is, whether it's the beginners or intermediate or later, in terms of what kind of classroom activities would support the perception at least of fluency, but also increase things like speech rate as well. I mean, it's a very good, a very long time ago now, which I still use as a kind of rubric myself for designing fluency tasks in classrooms. So let's get that on and the non-syllables in Canada these criteria for fluency activities. I don't have time to look at all five of them, but these are one that you generally communicate, which of course are practice activities, not normal mechanical. But they should be psychologically authentic, come back to that in a minute, but they should be focused, formulaic, and inherently repetitive. So let's have a look at just these psychological authenticity. It's one of the legacies of the humanistic approach to language learning. We think of all classroom activities should be stress-free. The students should be in a kind of cushion state, blissed out, receptive and comprehensive input, with the effect of those as low as possible. Of course, in real life, real language is not like that. We're often conditioned where we are under extreme pressure to produce language which may not be, which may be in situations of some sort of stress. Trying to defend a point of view, or we're trying to short change, that kind of thing. And so, is it the case then that during activities in the classroom, which are sort of stress-free, is the best preparation for activities outside the classroom? And the real time factor, I think, is just the most all experiencing second language we've been pushed to get meanings out when we just don't have the resources to assemble the meanings in real time. By the time we get them out, they will be a conversation moving on. So the argument that Gavin and Sego were saying is that perhaps we can use the classroom as a kind of rehearsal space for the kinds of psychological conditions which language we really use. I think we can say so. We experience learn, expression, learn, memorize, dialogue, we practice, and get out there. We're in a situation where we use it, and something comes up which completely explodes the script, and we're just not prepared for it. And there's that story of the French film director who was about to receive an award, not Oscar or whatever, for a film made, and speaking in English, but he was reversing, just saying thank you. And his teachers or his friends said, what did you do? They said, thank you. Thank you. So he cracked in front of the mirror. Good thank you. All the way to the airport. Thank you. And the plane. Yes, there was a survey. There was a So it was practicing in conditions of psychological authenticity. So what that's saying is that activities should be designed without experience some of the normal psychological pressures of my people. How do you do that? Well, part of it is just to stand up. So that is what we've done. I'm sitting down. But get us stand up. Get us down from class. You're up in the ante here in terms of the psychological pressure. Nothing worthy of being filmed. We're used to that. But anything that as I say, raises the bar in terms of their psychological preparedness for real-life communication. That means plunging them into a situation without any preparation. The classroom, as I say, is a rehearsal space, it's not the actual outside world. So we can stay with activities, but I see certain activities in the classroom the last stage is not there when students are actually up to doing it. I was in the Spanish class recently trying to have jump start my Spanish, and one of the great activities he teaches was have a good presentations. Without PowerPoint on the whole thing, we would rehearse, practice them, and then in real time, have question and answers experiences. What she didn't do is give us a chance to repeat the experience, and that's comes to next. Some of the classic activities in the classroom, we know that I'll find someone who's standing up, walking around. It's communicative in the sense that they don't know what the answers are going to be. And it's also fulfills a number of other criteria. It's focused on a particular function, and it's repetitive in the sense that constantly asking the same question using the same structure. Have you ever eaten? Have you ever seen? Have you ever been? But it's happening in real time, we're walking around. So it's ticking all the boxes. Even better when students design criteria for questions themselves. Somebody I had a friend who did activity, we were practicing verbal composition, I believe, not remember. He had students devise questions like, have you ever believed in Christmas, or have you ever, etc. So I mean, and that was even more motivating. First, guessing game, guessing game competition. I'm a person in the picture, you have to ask me which person I am, using the formula. I'm the person who. Endless possibilities there, and of course it's heterogeneous in terms of the students can adapt their language to particular choices they make. The classic activity, I don't know where it came from, it's been around for a long time. The students grew and they had to make sentences to complete this format. So can stand up, hand, so they're generating math sentences. And to do that, they have to ask each other a question. Can you manipulate the time? You speak, etc. And it could be adjusted to any language point. And task repetition, I mentioned a second ago, I had a chance to repeat the presentation again in my Spanish class. And all the work has been done on task repetition shows that, yes, each time it's repeated times, they become not only more accurate, and the language becomes more complex, but they become more fluent. So this shows this was a good group of students generating a story from a picture, a sequence of pictures, and then doing the second time and then doing the third time. You think just in terms of the right-hand side, how much more it is apart from anything else. Task repetition, we don't get students repeating things like that. It was very get bored. But there's ways to repeat things which don't involve they're realizing, as I say, that we want to have a carousel activity where the students are going around the class, changing paths as they regular points, and doing the same time, just to describe that tree and then talk about something more complex. But there is a strong effect of task repetition in the literature marked by that. This is a carousel activity I was demonstrating recently, where again, the students are shifting paths as they go around doing some kind of communication tasks, endless repetition. Formulated language, I don't really recognize this, those of you who are something about history of the Harold Palmer, who did a lot of his initial work in Japan, and he said way back in 1925, when asked what was the most fundamental driving force for conversation proficiency, it is this: memorize perfectly the largest number of common and useful words, not words. I see somebody these long words memorizing into words on very, very low frequencies. No. What they've been memorizing chunks, formulated chunks, and then circle the conversation without that breathing space. And we have the data now, linguists are throwing out really interesting lists, come up a list of 2 or 3 word chunks in conversation, the frequency as compared to, or embedded in a single word frequency. These things are really frequent, top 1,000 lexics, if you like, lexic units in the language, and longer ones like this. How do we work these into this one way through dialogues and jazz chime kinds of things? Tea or coffee, I'm not bothered, no sugar, I don't mind, how would you like it, how's it sound, good kind of thing. But these chunks are taken out of the corpus of commonly occurring formulaic sequences. Ray is a study where they have those anticipate, they're talking about going to be in a situation where you're going to speak to another speaker about such and such. So they weren't writing dialogues to memorize, but they did research the kind of chunks or expressions that might possibly come up. And the research found that these use of these memorized sentences was a liberating experience for the learners because they gave an exposure opportunity to sound native like the authenticity, promoted the fluency, reduced having one introduction, and so on. So there is a place, I think, for memorization, not in individual words, not in whole dialogues, but in kinds of formulaic bits of language which is in individual conversation. Another way of doing that, of course, and there's a lot of times you're picking up chunks almost inadvertently through exposure to popular media, songs particularly. The kind of language that comes up constantly in songs. A student of my master's complained the other day, there's a student who wrote a learner who wrote a composition, you know what I mean? Something like that. At one legacy, this is not academic research. When the students picking things up and trying them out, then it's your job to fine-tune it. They say, the expression is correct, or the regular is wrong. Songs are particularly, especially with rhythm, I think great if they do embed this kind of language. And this is an example, both of you who speak German or don't speak German, it doesn't matter. Years ago, on a set, this guy in Germany called Uwe Kiesert, who produces and sings and plays songs with masses of memorizable language to serve as effective words. Maybe not going into it. Well, this one will. I stand back to that though. You can see what I'm doing here. So there's a song, the tune is well known, and there are expressions that are readily usable by the learners. Yes. So they learn in the context of the song. Here's another one that he wrote himself.
translation